Her arm wasn't hurting anymore from where the spider bit down, but Hilma still remembered the pain, and she knew she got off lucky. If the spider had pursued, she would have had quite the fight on her hands. Even injured, she still managed to bring down 2 more small dinosaurs, and in turn she now has a lot of resources to process. But the fire in the center of her little cave home has been hungry as of late, and so wood will need to be gathered first of all. Time to get chopping. Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Innawood. We are here with Hilma Baron, and we have got a fair bit to get done today, just like we do every day. Of course, we'll start our day off by having a fair amount to eat. Now, the best thing for us to do is to process this meat here before anything else. We do need to go out to get wood for our fire. We've got about an hour left at this stage, so we might be able to get at least 1 bit of cooking done. Yeah, we can probably get 8 things of meat cooked in that time, so let's start that. Damn smoke. Okay, move to the side, and we'll finish. Okay, I guess we won't. Well, we can still finish. We just need to chuck a little bit more into the fire. We do still have quite a few sticks that we can just chuck in for now. There we are. And let's finish that off. Okay, alright, so we've got some meat to start our day off. Okay, we've eaten most of that, and we should be able to make it back to cook up the rest of the stuff before it goes off. We'll end up having some of our clean water to drink once we're out there. Seems like it's a nice clear day today. We know, of course, the best place for us to get wood at the moment is just at one of these spots here, these dead vegetation points. So let's just head up to the west a little bit here. And there we go, our first bit of wood. So if we jump into our action menu, we can go and chop a tree trunk into logs, just like so. 2 logs. All right, and I guess we could probably do the same with the actual stumps here. Maybe, maybe not. Yep, seemingly. Although, no, okay, we don't get enough. We're not full anymore, so we will drink some of that water to start to get nice and slaked. And we'll just carry on to these other logs on the ground. We'll just start to gather them up a little bit here. Looking at 7 logs at the moment, which is pretty good. We'll go get 1 more. All right, that should do it, I think. We are going to need to refill our water after a little bit, but that's not a concern right this second. There we go, log into the fire. Let's start it up. And we are going to finish off cooking everything else that's here. That's another lung, 2 lots of sweetbread. We'll do the rest of the meat there as well. And we should be playing the bone flute while we're doing this, just to keep us in the mood. And then finally, we got the scraps of meat there. So that's a lot of food that we just made. We can see that some of it is still going to spoil quite quickly. We'll start off with the scraps of meat there. We'll go for the lung, which is not going to be as pleasant for us. Yup, and those sweetbreads. And as you can see, now we're satisfied. Okay, we've got 7 hours left on that food, and 6 hours left on the cooked meat up here. This is the first lot that we cooked up. So I want to try and eat as much of that as possible. We are trying to get our weight up. Oh, and we can see that playing an instrument does actually slow our character down. Makes sense. But it's also improving our mood at the same time. So it is a trade-off. Right, the rest of the wild vegetables that we've got, we're just going to go and turn them into wild vegetable stems, just so that we can replant them eventually. And there's another little crafting thing that I've been meaning to do for a while, because it's not actually going to take us that long, is making this primitive rock drill. It's only 5 minutes for us to make it. We use a stick nearby, and that's going to allow us to make buttons eventually, useful for crafting clothing. But right now, we want to have a look at moving into creating the hammer. We have everything we need. It's going to take 3 hours for us to do it. Let's just check that time of day. Okay, it's the evening, so I think we probably have enough time to get it done before we need to sleep. We can start it at the very least. So, stone hammer. Let's get working. And we are done. Stone hammer. We're very hungry. We're thirsty. We are going to eat the rest of the cooked meat that is here. I want to say eat until full. We'll wait a little bit. We are going to be going to sleep really soon, but we have a proper stone hammer now. So that's yet another thing that we can cross off our list. The last thing that we need is an adze. and that's a basic wood saw. It's going to take us 5 hours to make that, and we do need to have some cordage pieces, so we can go ahead and make them now. We will use the withered plants, and there we go, 2. That's everything that we need for that, but that is most certainly going to be a tomorrow thing, as we are going to be, well, it's going to be the evening, isn't it? Yeah, relatively late in the evening. Now what's that symbol? Is that just, oh, it's part of the music. Okay, that's good. I got a little concerned there. No, we're just playing our bone flute, we're, having a good time. Put that hammer back into our wicker backpack, and I want to say let's try and drink some water. Yeah, not bad. And ideally, we'll get some sleep. 8 to 12 hours. I think we'll just go and chuck another log into that. And that should give it more than enough to be able to make it to the morning. Let's deactivate our bone flute. We'll just play with Caterpillar for a little while here. And we'll see if we can have a nice and proper sleep. And we wake up. Okay. We were getting notes about needing to eat more calorie-dense food, which is wild considering the amount of calories that we are consuming at the moment. We're still normal weight, so I think we're probably going to have to keep on overeating as much as possible. The fire is still good. Checking on our time of day. It's raining. Hey, this is the first rain we've had in ages, and now I was confused the other day when I saw this. I thought it must be the evening all of a sudden. What I think it is like very, very early morning, like just before dawn. I mean, like we've got a little bit of light here, don't we? And, well, because there's rain, I am perfectly happy to spend the day inside. We could also, here's an idea. When it's raining, we can passively get water. We can make a birch bark funnel. How difficult is it? An hour. Yeah, see, I don't know if that's quite worth it. At least not yet, because we can still go to puddles that are around and collect water that way, and that's just, faster. But passive time-saving tools are what we are looking for eventually. We can probably make a leather funnel. Yeah, we can, but we need to use thread, and no, let's not worry about that. We need to have something to eat to start off with this morning, so we're going to have that nice cooked meat down there, and let's just see what else is around. The starch is old. It's going to go off, soon. So we should probably eat it now. Yep. Delicious. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Yep. It is what it is. And we are thirsty now. Yeah, we're going to have to wait a little bit before we can actually drink. We're going to start playing our bone flute, though, so that helps improve our mood. There we go. Look at that. Lovely. It's already making us happier. We'll go and play with our little cat for a little bit here. Caterpillar. There we go. That'll help us out. And we need to start crafting, don't we? We're moving up in the Stone Age here. We are on to the stone adze. Yep, we're not slowed down in any way here. Let's go use one of the sticks nearby. We're going to use one of the rocks, not our precious ceramic shard. And here we go. Alright, we're going to stop there. Around about 30%, just so that we can actually have something to drink, knock back some of that water, and we might even go and have some of the crackling that's down here too. Crackling or lard? I feel like we'll go for the crackling first. Yeah, there we are, satisfied. Calorie intake is very high, we want that to be huge, we'll get there eventually. And let's continue working on that adze. Okay, nearly there, and done. We've got an adze. That's a wood saw. That's very good for us. All right, we're going to have some more of that wonderful crackling, which does help improve our mood as well. We'll just probably eat all of that. Yeah, okay, not satisfied. We would be if we ate some lard, but we'll hold off that for a little bit here. Right, so stone adze is in our hands. We'll put that back into our inventory, and now we can finally have a look at making some other things here. So let's have a look at a smoking rack. So we need to have rocks. Okay, we just need 4 more. Okay, totally doable. Is it still raining outside? If it is, we should be okay because we are wearing our leather cloak, which protects us from the rain. Let's head on outside, and you know what? I think we will take our water pot at the same time. So we'll have to just wield the canning pot for now as we head out to get some water. And hey, look at that, the rain has stopped and it's just before midday. Right, okay, we do have a nearby water source. Let's see, from memory, there we go. I'm not sure if this is the same one, but there is one up here. let's go gather up some of that water, pour into a container, into there, and we still have some left over. Very good. Right, we'll probably just leave this on the ground for now as we go to try and get some rocks. Obviously, we could get rocks from the rubble if we had a shovel, but we don't right now. A shovel is something that we still need to make. It's just a fair bit of carving. We can crack small boulders. We will probably need our cudgel to do that though. Allow me a moment. You know, I think we probably don't have the strength to do it, but I'm gonna try. There we go. We got the cudgel. A better tool for this would be something like the quarterstaff, but we don't have one right now. Right, well, there is a rock over here, so we'll grab that. We only need 3 more at this stage. Oh, okay. Make that 2 more. And we'll try and thump this rock for a little bit here. Hey, there we go. Excellent. 18 rocks. That's the way to do it. Okay, there's still some left over. All right, we'll drag it up there. And I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more just while we're out here. Let's crack this boulder. Hey, hey, hey. Good stuff. All right, downstairs we go. We're just going to wait a little bit here as we have smoke. There we go. It's passed. We'll make our way down here around the eggs so we don't accidentally haul them up. And there we go. That should be everything we need. We'll go and just drop the cudgel for now. And where do we want to make this thing? Honestly, just next to our shelter is probably a good spot for it to go in. So let's see. Smoking rack. That's everything. We've got the fabrication we need, and this might actually help increase our fabrication at the same time. We've got all the long sticks. Yeah, that'll be that. So we'll use the rocks nearby. Hang on. I guess we gathered extra rocks. Just making sure we didn't have those originally. And we are done. We have a smoking rack. Now, we do need to charge this with charcoal. I am wondering if we can use coal, because I haven't really talked too much about this, but from the resources that we gathered in this cave at the start, we have something like 8,000 coal. And I know that we could use coal in the fire. Yeah, 8,250 pieces of coal. It's a lot. It's a lot of coal. So yeah, I don't know if that changes your imagination of things here, but yeah, there is a giant coal pile right next to the fire. Now that I say that, I am shaking my head a little bit, but you know, the fire ring, it keeps the fire contained. No sparks have set it off yet, so it's fine. It's totally fine. Right, let's see. We can insert food into there, but it looks like we are going to have to use charcoal. And of course, for us to use charcoal, we need a charcoal kiln, and we can make one out of rocks easily enough, it seems. And so I'm thinking we might make it just over here. You know, I think we want to have the light for other things. We shouldn't need it for a kiln. And plus, I think it will probably create its own light. It's another 2 hours, but yeah, let's do it. Let's make this kiln. That was a very quick 2 hours. We're very hungry, so let's see what we have on the menu. It's probably just gonna be lard. It is. It is just lard. All right, there you go. Enjoy, Hilma. We're going to have to do more hunting tomorrow, but it's getting us through today. We're unhappy about that. Let's go play the bone flute to try and forget that we did that. And we can charge this up with sticks. So the kiln is empty. Fill it with wood or bone and try again. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Now, I'm pretty sure we have to have it in our inventory. So we'll take the splintered wood, the 11 sticks that are down here. Actually, maybe not all the sticks. We'll leave some of them. And let's see. I think we might just have to drop them in there. Yep. Okay. Putting it in the kiln. Excellent. So there's a fair bit of splintered wood in there. I wouldn't mind maybe taking just one log. See if we can drop that in there. And honestly, pine cones. Probably want to put pine cones. You put your log in the charcoal kiln. Nice. Yeah, we want to keep the bone for crafting, I think. Let's see, 40 pine cones. Aha. And we'll see if we can put them in there. Yep, we put them in the charcoal kiln. And now we're going to fire it. Fire the kiln. There we go. We fire the charcoal kiln. So it's not actually outputting any light at the moment. It might be putting out some extra hot air. Maybe. Yeah. but it is doing its work. We can see that the kiln contains 91 liters of material and is ready to be fired. It's fired, so now we should be able to get an estimate. It will finish burning in 5 hours. So after 5 hours, we'll have charcoal that will be able to load up into this. That is something that we're just going to have to make sure that we do pretty frequently. And chopping up the trees, that's gonna make it super easy for us to do that. And we can maybe make planks now as well because we have the adze. So now that we have all of that stuff done, the next thing that I think we're going to want to try and work on is a stone fireplace. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so for that we do need to have a digging tool of 2. And what's good about getting that digging tool of 2, it also means that we're going to be able to dig a well, I believe. Yeah, water well. Requires a method to draw water from. So I guess we'll see what that's going to mean. We also do need nails for that though, so we'll need to have metal working up and running before then. Regardless, I think working on a digging tool is a good option for us. We've still got quite a bit of time left today, so I feel like we should be able to do that. We will just have something to eat before we do. Go for some lard, lovely, and that clean water. Oh, of course. We need to put the water into the fire. Yeah, let's move the canning pot into the fire at the moment. That's going to start turning into nice clean water for us. So, having a look at our digging options here, man, it takes a long time. Okay, a plank. A plank is better for us if we can make planks, that is. We are still going to need short cordage pieces. Let's just do that now so it's done. Okay, thankfully we've still got a lot of withered plants, so that's not a issue for us at all. There we go. That's the cordage that we're going to need for that. We must have fiber twisting by now, right? No, 97. We're nearly there. And we've nearly got leather working as well. We're at 94 on that. We do need to tan the stuff that's down here, but that's less of a priority now. It's not going to go off. We've got logs here, so I suppose we could see if we could cut them into planks. I'm going to wield that adze and just see if we can activate it. Yeah, nah. Yeah, and for us to actually make planks, we need beams and we need wood sawing of 2. So we're not going to have a plank anytime soon. Okay, that's fine. But we have everything we need to make the wooden shovel. We just needed those cordage pieces. All we need now is time. And right now, crafting is slowed. So let's see if we can drop that adze. I think the reason it's slowed at the moment is, well, for one, the lack of proficiencies, but it could also be us playing our music. So we'll stop that for a second. Yeah, it doesn't really affect it, so better to keep our mood up. I think we're going to start it for now. Just keep our eye on things. Our focus is going way high, which is great. We will stop now that we are starting to get wary though. Yeah, we've had an active day, and we are probably getting towards the later evening. Let's take a moment to go and have the last of the lard there. We are definitely going to need to do a hunt tomorrow. Our calorie intake has been huge again though, so I am happy about that. We'll have the last of that clean water that's there, and we've got a whole lot more stashed away in our big pot there. Let's remove it from the fire though. And I'm actually just going to go and make some tea out of that. It does take a while to make 10 lots of tea, it seems. But there we go. That is done. We'll pour it into our sealed stomach. We are tired. We are ready for sleep. How is that fire looking? It does need some TLC, so we'll go and drop a log in there. That should be enough to see us through to the morning. Let's play with Caterpillar real quick. There we go. And let's put on our blindfold. When we wake up in the morning, we hope that charcoal is ready. Okay, we wake up and our wounds are healing a little bit, so even without the cattail jelly on, it's slowly getting better for us. Take that off. The fire is still going. Nice to see. Okay, and what about over here? Excellent. That's a whole heap of charcoal. I think we're probably going to put all of that in there. There we go. That's all the charcoal that we should need. And now we can start to put food in here. Just wild roots at this stage, but no, we're going to put a whole heap of meat in there when we get another kill, and that's what we need to try and focus on today. We've got an old egg, which means hopefully this egg should hatch. It's one of the first ones that we've had, and we've been holding onto it for a long time, so, you know, I've got a little bit of hope. Yeah, we're going to have to go out hungry this morning. We can just have some herbal tea for now to help just fill our stomach. There we go. That's a little bit better than nothing. Our weight is still perfectly fine, but while we were sleeping, it was saying that we need to consume more calories. Yeah, I know. I want to make sure that we're not taking up more than we need to, so we're going to have a look at maybe dropping off some tools here. Yeah, so as you can see, we are actually dropping off quite a bit, just keeping the spear, keeping the sling. Yeah, let's see what we can find today. The weather is good, we're at first light, and it's a nice, comfortable temperature out. Yeah, we like to see it. We're close to summer, and that's why it's actually going to start to get much hotter before too long. So where do we want to try and hunt today? We've definitely seen dinosaurs around here before, so we could just have a little bit of an explore down to the south, just to see if there are any out here. Not looking like it so far. The next closest bit of unexplored territory for us is up here towards the northwest. We can also stop by the cattail ponds. We might have left one up there. We've got quite a few seeds now, so it would be okay with us taking any other remaining cattails. I think that's probably where we're going to go first, so we'll turn on our auto travel and we'll start to make our way up towards there. Actually, you know what? Let's go next to it, because I'm afraid we'll end up actually in the water otherwise. Alright, we've reached our destination, and we can see the other pond that's down there. I don't think we saw anything really along our way here. Oh no, I saw something for a second. Ed, right, Ed's probably still a little bit too big for us. And there's one more cattail here. We're definitely going to take that. There's some whitefish here as well. Do we want to bring the bone back? We've got quite a few of them left, and weirdly enough, it was saying it wouldn't actually fit into our pack. Strange. Anyway, on towards that cattail we go, and we will grab that. Thank you. We could try and use the slings on the fish. I'm kind of tempted to try that. Yeah, let's grab the sling. Alright, we've got it out. It's a chance for us to improve, or try to improve, you know? So let's see. Yeah, we'll try and get a precise shot here, or close to as we can. That's pretty good. Hey, we hit the fish. Nice. Okay, try and do another precise strike. There we go. Excellent. Okay, just 2 hits from that. So good. Okay. All right, let's we'll chase them down that way for now. They're definitely on the move. I think if we can kind of hit them once, we'll be looking pretty good. All right, we've got them kind of stuck up there again, which is a good spot to have them. Let's get ready to fire, and we'll just hit P for precise. A good strike. There we go. Wham bam. 1, 2. That's all we need, and that's actually all that we can do. We should just butcher them. Yeah, let's do that. We're not going to be able to get the blood that way. Do we really want the blood that badly? I guess it would be good. Yeah, let's just leave the other fish here for now. I think we probably are just going to have to do a little bit of a haul back. But I wouldn't mind getting that other fish over here. Does it make sense for us to leave one alive? We might be able to reproduce that way. Honestly, not exactly sure how it works in Cataclysm. So yeah, maybe we will leave it alive for now. I really don't know about this as well. It heavily armored? No, that's not worth it. If it's heavily armored, I feel like that's a leave that for another time. Our fish, however, let's keep it here for now. I'm kind of tempted. Do we want to try and grab any of the dung? There's rotten weasel. I guess they attacked the weasel. Yeah, we might be able to do something with the dung. Just gonna have a wander on over. We just go get, and let's see, examine. Nothing we can do to craft with it. Okay, so I was figuring maybe we could do some kind of fertilizer, but at this stage we don't seem to have those capabilities. We probably want to head on over towards the west, so I'm just going to put a temporary note here and just say fish, just so that we know to come back for those bodies, and hopefully the bloody dogs don't take it. Speaking of dogs, there are 2 German shepherds to the south, so it's probably them that's been causing the trouble. Let's keep on moving on towards the unknown. Haven't seen any animals, but we can see the edge of the woods here. I'm going to start to head south. Okay, well, we've revealed more of the map, but we haven't found anything yet, so to the west we go. Oh, Torosaurus, where are you? Where are you? Down there. I'm really tempted. It's slower than us. We might just be able to stab it to death. We could certainly give it a go, couldn't we? Yeah, I think we're going to leave some stuff here. Drop the sling, drop the backpack and the loop of rope. We want to have the least amount of encumbrance possible here. Let's wield the spear, and we're going to put another note here. We're just going to say gear, so we have an okay idea of where it is. We're going to start heading down towards this thing. I don't think it's going to run. Oh, there's more than one. I really don't know how it's going to react here. I really don't. We're going to turn off the auto move. We're going to get into position. I think we can we can take a strike from here. Let's have a look at our encumbrance. We're looking pretty good. We're fresh. Hilma, you can do this. It's a big one though. Okay, good strike. Critical. 10 damage. It's starting to flee. And it's not fleeing anymore. Okay, it has range. It has range. Okay, we've hit it twice. Critical both times. That's good. It thrusts its trunk of an arm towards us, and it does actually hit us. We managed to block some of the damage, but our right arm is bleeding. It is angry. Okay, right. We're bleeding. It's bleeding. We need to try and take range where we can on this thing. Oh boy. Not happy about that. Okay, it can hit us from this far away. Oh boy, that's bad. That's very bad. So we need to actually take a step closer here. It impales us. Okay, but barely. That's alright. Let's move to the other side here. We're gonna have to take another strike at it. Okay, a good strike. I think we might be able to out-damage it here. But it's hard to know. Oh, 3 good pokes. We've got it bleeding. It's badly bleeding from the head, but... Okay, I think we might be able to do it like this. But we need to make sure that we keep some distance. Let's move, let's move, let's move. Up here, step in, because it can still hit us like double the amount of squares away. Heavy arterial bleeding. It's in a bad way now. Okay, it stretches out towards us, trying to strike us, but we're outpacing it. Dodging around it. Let's move back again. There's so much blood on the ground now. We swing and miss wildly. Okay, that hurt. We're badly bleeding now. That strike tore open our arm. We strike again. Let's start to move towards the north. Our leg is injured too, but it is nearly dead. We strike again. It strikes our right leg. Our left and right legs are bleeding too. We continue to strike at it, trying to get a little bit more distance, hoping that it's less accurate from that kind of range. It is nearly dead. We strike again and again, losing more blood each time. Okay, another strike hits our left arm. Come on, Hilma. We step to the northeast, striking. Our whole body aches. And it dies. It dies. The giant collapses to the forest floor. Hilma, surprisingly not out of breath, leans herself up against the tree. We're going to drop the spear to the ground, and we need to start to try and put pressure on these wounds. Okay, we managed to get our right arm down to a minor bleeding wound, but we still have wounds across our body here. We're pressing down on them as much as we can, trying to hope that the bleeding stops, that the blood coagulates, that the wounds seal. There we go. We're okay. We are alive. Oh boy, that was intense. That's really our first proper dino hunt. On foot, no less, with a sharpened frickin' wooden spear. Okay. Let's grab that rope, our backpack, and, of course, the sling. Let's grab a wooden spear, keep our hands free, because that is a big creature to drag back. This is going to take a long time to do. Yeah, a fair bit of time is passing just dragging this thing. So the first thing that we need to do is get back towards the fish. I don't want to pass them up. So let's see if we can do that without running into any other trouble. I sincerely hope that that's the case. Let's travel to that point, hauling this thing along. Okay. And we lost it. We lost track of it. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and get it. That's fine. That can happen when you're hauling. Oh, there it is. I think that's it down there. Please, 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 please be it. Okay, it is. Torosaurus. Let's grab it. We'll grab our fish. Oh, wow. It's that big that I think we're going to struggle to do that. Okay, so the fish, we're just going to have to butcher it here. We'll say butcher everything. We'll go for a full butchering. Okay, temperature is going on and off. We've got something stomping around here. Let's see what we can grab. Okay, we can fit all of that fish in there. The scraps of meat I'm not as concerned about, but we still can take them, so we will. Okay, yeah, we've got this massive corpse that we're dragging along, and when I say it's taking a fair amount of time, it is definitely taking a fair amount of time to just move one square with this thing. We are pretty much rolling it over itself to try and get it back home. We could quarter it, which would make it a little bit easier, but I kind of want to try and just do the full butchery. We don't want to damage it as much as we can. I know the idea of rolling it back sounds like it'll damage it, but believe me, this is the best thing that we can do right now. We really need a travois. Trying to avoid those German shepherds right now, a little bit further to the east before we start to make our way back towards our home. There's that fish. Hey, buddy. Oh boy, we have made it back in one piece with our prize in tow. This is going to provide us so much. We can't even fit it on this square right now. We're going to have to shuffle stuff along. So we'll move everything that we have on this square over towards the side, and we'll see if we can't even put it onto the fiber mat. Yep, it's too big. It's because the animal blood that's there is taking up too much space. Wild. This is a volume of 1,000 liters. The corpse has a volume of 1,000 liters. Yep, and it also weighs a ton. Okay. It was downhill. We were rolling it downhill, okay? It was all downhill. We might be able to just move the fiber mat. Yeah, let's see. Take down fiber mat. Yep, and let's just see if we can activate it underneath of that. Before deploying, you need to clear the tile, okay? Well, let's move that down. See if we can do it on a fresh tile here. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so it's going to be much better doing it on the mat here. This is a big corpse. There's going to be a lot of meat left over here. Jeez, it all takes a while. It takes 31 minutes to bleed the corpse. We can store a whole heap of that blood. Oh no. Oh, of course, because it's freaking ginormous. Yup. Rope and a tool with suspending of 2 or more. So like a tree. The butcher's rack. That's what I needed to make. That's what I forgot. Yup. That's what I forgot. Okay, so for us to make this, we just need 2 pointy sticks and 12 pieces of short cordage. We can totally do that. And we can maybe just do it over here. We do need 2 pointy sticks though. Easy enough for us to do, and thankfully we do have enough sticks to do it. Done. And then 12 pieces of short cordage, huh? Okay, there is a chance that we can have failure here, so let's just do them one at a time. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Okay, needing to work fast here. Nothing that we can really eat right now. Yeah, the fillet of fish, we're going to get everything smoking at once. So, butcher rack time. Oh, yep, we can do it. 45 minutes for us to do it, and we're going to do it right there. That's it. That's it. Okay, you come with me. You go under there, and this mat here, we're just going to go and take it down. And I think as long as it's kind of close, we should... I don't even know if we need it. I don't think we do. Yeah, we'll just deploy it up there for now. And we should be able to do this. Bleed? Yup. Okay. Pour it into a container, clay pot. There's nearly 300 units of blood there. Yup. I guess we don't have the other sealed stomachs around. That's unfortunate. That's a lot of blood. Pour it on the ground, I guess, over there. Yup. Okay, so that animal blood, we'll go ahead and just start chugging that down. Lovely. Yup. Delicious. Right, okay. We need a little bit of a mood boost. So, bone flute, let's get playing as we continue to process this massive corpse here. So, it's going to take us another hour to skin it. I'm pretty sure the full butchery is going to also skin the corpse. We could waste it though. I think this is a learning experience for us. So let's go full butchery here. Geez, this is a lot of work, but there we go. We did it. We butchered a whole triceratops of a thing. That is wild. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of food here. Yeah, let's just... Oh boy, 800 chunks of meat, 260 chunks of fat. Hilma. Okay, that'll do it. Do we have the hides though? Raw hides, we do. How many bloody raw hides? 164. Yup. Okay, so let's see. We can only insert 20 liters worth of stuff here. So, yeah, chunks of meat. Obviously that's too much. 80. We can do 80 at a time. And that's a lot of food. 80 is a lot of food. Okay, we're not sleeping. We are not sleeping. We are going to try and preserve as much of this as humanly possible. 10 hours to do all of that lard. We get 200 crackling for... This is so much more than I ever could... I mean, of course it was going to be a lot. It weighed a ton. To think that I was still like, oh yeah, let's bring back the fish, because 800 chunks of meat. You know what though? We do have the charcoal smoker here, so we can smoke meat this way too. 11 hours. 11 hours to do all that. To do 50 meat. I mean, which is pretty good, because considering just doing one smoked meat takes an hour and 12 minutes. The offal, everything, that's gone. That's gone. There ain't no way that we can preserve that in time. Yeah, I'm flabbergasted. Right, so, looking at this, the chunks of fat, making all that lard, that's going to be a little easier for us to do. We have a whole week to do that. We have less than a day to try and process as much of this meat as possible. And having a look at everything that we have here, the meat itself, that's where most of the calories are. The offal, while useful, isn't going to help us here, I think. We have another stomach, so we could make another sealed stomach, but yet again, that's not going to help us right now. We just need to have a look at preserving as much of this meat as we can. And even if we do the smoked option, I feel like that still works pretty well for us. We can also have a think about salting it, having a look at the meat jerky option. It's a little faster, 9 hours and 54 minutes, and it's just using a whole heap of salt. Whereas the smoked meat is using the charges on the charcoal smoker, which is our charcoal kiln. So I honestly think that this is not a bad option for us. We are going to use a fair bit of our salt, and it's going to take a fair bit of time, but we're going to give it our best damn shot. And we're going to work through. We're very hungry at the moment, but we're holding strong. Our food handling skill has just gone up to 4 in both theory and practice. We're so close now. So close. And there we go. We have a whole heap of meat jerky. So we're actually going to go and just cook up some of the regular food now. We can make a whole heap of new stuff. The fish has already gone off because we were working all day. We can dehydrate. Using the smoker takes a lot less time. 5 hours and 15 minutes for 50 pieces of dehydrated meat. We're going to do it, but we need to eat first. Also, let's see what else we can make. Maple syrup, nice. Under meat, there's a whole heap of things. Aspic, bologna, burritos, the wasteland sausage. Right, okay, we're just going to go cook up some regular meat to start with. We'll just spend 40 minutes doing that. Yup, we are going to get exhausted from this. That much is certain. But we'll eat that nice cooked meat as much as we can, and we'll drink a little bit of that herbal tea. That's enough for now. So, we have to keep on working. We have to keep on working while we can. Let's have a look at this. I think it might even be done. Okay, yeah, I think so. Inspect. Chunks of meat, 80. We didn't light it up. Okay, light it up. Fire it. Okay. Oh boy. Of course that was going to happen. All right, we need to, come on, buddy. Come on. Okay, we are going to untie. You should be following me now. All right, over here. We're going to go and tie you up, safe away from the smoke. I should have known better. I wonder, can we get away with being here? Are we going to get hit by the smoke? We probably are. Let's see. Back into veggie. Whole heap of new stuff there. Good to see it. There's pasta now, different brews, and under other, we have seasoned salt and sugar. You know what's interesting? These are both similar recipes, right? This one is using the smoker, like it has to use the smoker. This one is also just using the smoker. It takes a little bit longer. It looks like we get more calories out of this option. It takes longer, but not that much longer. 5 hours and 52 minutes for us to do all of that meat. I guess my next question is, how long is that going to take up there? We could just have a quick peek at it. Maybe, let's see. Inspect. 5 hours. Neat. Okay, well, I guess that answers it for me. Try and drink a little bit more herbal tea if we can. Oh, engorged. Yeah, let's not go any further. That'll do it. And we will try and see if we can dehydrate. And we'll go for this option up here. Yep. Okay, 50. It's a lot, I know. We do not have enough charges to complete the dehydrated meat. Start crafting anyway? No. Okay, so let's see. You know what? I think it might have actually been trying to use the smoking rack, potentially. So I guess going back to that, the next best option is meat jerky. Yep. 9 hours. The question is, do we have 9 hours on this? We got 7 hours. That's all we got. If we start the process, there is an argument that maybe it might still be good, but yeah, unfortunately, so much of this meat is going to go bad. But we also have a ridiculous of meat now. The hides are good for a little while longer. I wouldn't mind trying to cure them just because the process of curing takes next to no time. Let's see. 4 hours and 10 minutes. I guess the other stuff will nearly be done by then. We might be able to get some of the other stuff into the smoking rack. I guess we'll see. Stop crafting for a moment. We're going to have to kind of try and dodge around the smoke. You know, no, we don't have to do that. What's the time of day? Yeah, let's just hang out here. Okay, we're about halfway through. I'm just going to stop because I want to go and check on things down here and just see how they are going. Our main fire has actually gone out. And over here, what are we looking at? Okay, it's going to finish in about an hour's time. We'll be sure to check on that then. We won't know exactly when an hour's up, but I'll try and figure it out. Okay, we just got to 60%. I think we'll stop there and go and have a look at this. Okay, it's no longer smoking, from what we can see. Inspect it. That's a lot of smoked meat. Okay, so let's go and remove that meat, store it down there, and can we charge this again? Chunks of meat. We're going to give it a go, aren't we? Yep, 80 chunks of meat on the rack. Let's light it up. 6 hours. Oh, okay, right. Let's get a fire going. There we go. Fire is started. And over here, let's light up that rack. Back on off. It's doing its thing. And we'll continue doing our thing up there. We're very hungry, very thirsty. Have some more of that tea. Yeah, the fish is already rotten. That's to be expected. We're tired. Yeah, what a time. Just a mad dash. And I think we might be able to get these hides done. Thin smoke up here. Okay, yep. And we're going to start to lose light soon too. Come on, smoke, go away. Go away. And we're warm. For the first time since we've been playing, we're actually warm. How about that? We'll keep on working. Nearly there. We're dead tired at the stage. We are not going to stop crafting. We're going to push through. And there we go. We have 50 cured hides. That's a lot of work that we've just done. We'll go and put them over here for now. They are safe. They are secure. And we have really tried to preserve as much meat as we can out of all of this. There's a lot of meat jerky around. That's our shovel down there. Let's just check on this. Inspect it. 2 hours left on it at this stage. We might just be able to make some regular cooked meat. At least we can start the process. So much of this bad already. Yeah, unfortunately, I think all the meat is off. Yup. Well, we still saved a lot of it, considering there was like 800 and we now have like 600 left. We did a good job. But we need to remember in the future that when hunting giant creatures, they are going to have a giant amount of meat. If we get ourselves ready for that, that could be all the meat we would need for like a year. So we'll consider that when hunting in the future. Still, I am over the moon with this. The amount of hides that we have now, they still need to be treated again, but that's a lot. And the amount of cured meat that we have now, that's going to help us too. We need to make a lot of lard, and that's probably going to be another day of just like solid lard making. But that bone flute is keeping us going, and with us actually being warm, we might just be able to sleep in the shelter outside. I'm kind of glad that we left that thing up. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was stressful in parts. We had our most dangerous combat yet. And then we had the mad dash to try and preserve as much of this food as possible. I'm so glad that we actually had the smoking rack ready. What a time. Hilma, you have come such a long way. I think I can say on behalf of all of us, we're very proud of you. And I imagine those watchers are rather surprised by humanity's resourcefulness and its will to survive. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. For now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.